Once upon a time, in a small village in the heart of Africa, there lived a young boy named Kwame. Kwame was born into a poor family, and he had to work hard every day just to help his family make ends meet. But despite his difficult circumstances, Kwame was determined to make something of himself. One day, Kwame's village was hit by a terrible drought. The crops failed, the rivers dried up, and the people were left with nothing. Many families had to leave the village in search of food and water, but Kwame and his family stayed behind, determined to tough it out. As the weeks turned into months, things only got worse. Kwame's family was barely surviving, and he knew that something had to be done, so he decided to take matters into his own hands. Kwame remembered that there was a nearby mountain that was said to be home to a mystical spring. Legend had it that the water from the spring was pure and life-giving, and that whoever drank from it would be blessed with good fortune and prosperity. Despite the danger of traveling through the dry and arid landscape, Kwame set out on his journey to find the spring. He walked for days on end, surviving on nothing but the scant provisions he had brought with him. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Kwame arrived at the foot of the mountain. It was a daunting sight, with steep cliffs and treacherous ravines, but Kwame refused to be deterred. He began to climb, inching his way up the mountain one step at a time. As he climbed higher and higher, Kwame began to feel his spirits lift. He knew that he was doing something important, something that would help his family and his village in their time of need. After many hours of climbing, Kwame finally reached the summit of the mountain. And there, in a small hollow in the rocks, he found the spring he had been searching for. Kwame drank deeply from the cool, clear water, feeling its life-giving power course through his veins. He knew that he had to take some of the water back to his village, to share its blessings with his family and friends. But getting down the mountain would be even more dangerous than getting up. Kwame took a deep breath and began the long descent, one careful step at a time. As he made his way down the treacherous slopes, Kwame encountered many obstacles. Loose rocks, steep drop-offs, and unstable ledges all threatened to send him tumbling to his death. But Kwame refused to give up. He kept his eyes on the prize, determined to make it back to his village with the life-giving water. Finally, after what felt like another eternity, Kwame arrived back in his village. He shared the water from the mystical spring with his family and friends, and soon word spread throughout the village of Kwame's heroic journey. People began to look up to Kwame, seeing him as a symbol of hope and resilience in the face of adversity. And Kwame, for his part, was grateful for the experience. He had learned that no matter how difficult things might seem, there was always a way to rise above adversity and overcome even the most daunting of challenges. From that day on, Kwame became a leader in his village, inspiring others to never give up in the face of hardship. And although there were still many challenges to overcome, Kwame knew that he and his people would always find a way to rise above adversity and emerge stronger on the other side.